Hello, welcome to Mayday Media. Got another little article you might find interesting. House Committee passes national car tax. We're going to read into it. There's a video at the bottom we'll watch. If you enjoy this type of information, please like and subscribe. Help me out a little bit. Provisions combines the charge of IRS and the DMV. The House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee passed a bill to impose a new national car tax that would increase the cost of vehicle ownership for American families and turn state DMVs into IRS-like tax collectors for the federal government. The proposed car tax is estimated to raise taxes on American drivers by $30 billion. It would hit millions of working households starting on October 1st, 2026. Car taxes are among the most hated in taxes in America. Well, I hate basically all taxes as long as they don't go to fix the roads and infrastructure. The bill imposes a $150 annual federal tax on electric vehicles and a $50 annual tax on plug-ins. It would immediately be extended to gas cars the next time Democrats run Washington. Yeah, that's exactly what they'll do. The bill turns your DMV into a branch of the IRS. Ain't that the truth? Americans are in no mood for a car tax, even though the blue state or Oregon this week, voters rejected a tax by overwhelmingly 83%. So not even blue states are wanting these taxes. And why would you? You were told you were going to get discounts and deals for having these things. Severe punishment from D.C. for non-compliance. Now listen to this. If a state doesn't want its DMV to become tax collectors, the legislation would have them punished by instructing the administrator of the Federal Highway Administration to withhold 125% of funding otherwise due to states. So they're taking your own tax money, holding that tax money back and saying if you don't tax them more, then you don't get that money that's already taxed. And here's how it really works. 100% of our taxes are sent to the federal government. They send back 20% in most cases back to the states and the counties, and then you're stuck with having to tax to pay the rest. And where the fuck does all this other money go to? Yeah, exactly. We're supposed to have this shit in our own treasury. We're supposed to have a treasury in our own communities, not this federal treasury or whatever we got now. It's not how it's supposed to work, but people just can't seem to understand that. Putting feds inside the DMV is dangerous. Once the IRS plumbing is installed in your DMV, there is no telling the ways any of them, Democrats, Republicans, it don't matter, will impose not only federal car taxes on all cars, but also various climate taxes and fees in their Green New Deal war on fossil fuels and American dream of independent car ownership. It's like they just fuck over the other side whenever they're in office, and their side goes along with it. A similar proposal from the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee was pushed during reconciliation last year that would have implemented a $20 levy on all standard gas passenger vehicles alongside a $200 fee for electric vehicles and a $100 hybrid. The tax increase was lambasted by conservative lawmakers, including who questioned the sanity of their Republican opponents in the car tax. One thing I noticed that they'll do when they want to tax something or take something away, they'll come out with this incredibly high number, like this here, the $200, the $100, the $20 levy, and then they'll want to negotiate down, almost like a used car salesman. Have you ever dealt with that? Starts you out high, and then all of a sudden you're happy because you're only paying $20 a month instead of $50 a month. You see how that goes? Almost like you've won, but you really lost. And people aren't smart enough to understand that. House conservatives even sent a letter to the Senate GOP during reconciliation urging them to strip out the car tax in sections of the letter entitled No New Car Tax. The Senate agreed and removed any car tax from last year's fiscal reconciliation bill. The car tax measure steals $104 million from taxpayers for the privilege of imposing the tax. There is ought to be appropriated to carry out this subsection to remain available until September 30th of 2030. This bill will increase the national car tax on autopilot until they hit $150 and $50. American drivers are not an ATM for Washington, D.C. All right, let's watch this here.
It's interesting that the chairman is introducing this car tax, which those of us in Virginia remember when the Democrats lost the governorship because they wanted to keep the car tax. And the car tax at the state level is an political gift. So this is being proposed by a guy who's not running for re-election, gives you some idea of what a good idea he thinks it is. Second, this is just a new tax. And it's just new. And you went, oh, it's only 150. This year, the income tax started at 7%, and you had to make $11 million. What's it at now? Every tax grows.
Yep.
And don't swallow the words that ain't working. We do have a problem. A lot of the money, the gas tax money, is stolen. 18%, 20% of it goes to a handful of cities, metro systems, not roads. That's got to stop. Everything, and they piss it away on big city political machines. Let's cut that.
Yeah, really. I mean, you're taking taxes from people's cars who need those roads kept up, and you're putting them into these subways and public systems. And I've rode public systems, and they're, whew, let me tell you. Um, yeah, I mean, here, let's just finish this.
Lots of ways to reduce the gas tax. Frankly, there shouldn't be a federal gas tax. We built the federal system. All gas taxes should go to the states. And if they think it's a good idea and they don't mind getting their head handed to them by their voters by having a car tax, as soon as the Democrats get into power, they'll say, oh my goodness, there's the gas car loophole. We must have the car tax on all cars. And then it won't just be the EVs, it'll be everybody. It won't take 2 weeks to do it.
Well, they're already taxing,
Yeah,
gas-powered
really.
cars. I think it's atrocious that the money that is supposed to be maintaining these federally funded highways is actually going to local municipalities, and that's got to change. A whole other topic of conversation. But gentlemen,
So much stuff has got to change. Like people got to get in their city council meetings. They got to start using the words recall and start getting it at a local basis, and eventually just get these people out of of their positions. I mean, these people have screwed up everything so much. It's so complicated that they just steal, steal, steal. Managing money is not difficult. There should this amount of money that comes in taxes. There should not be an issue with not having money. It's just that simple. I think the main problem is just so much theft, and the shit goes to things that nobody needs. Goes to corporations. It goes to certain religious groups. Somehow get it taxes from us. Men have got to just stand up, or they're gonna have to move and leave, and go somewhere else and restart. Anyway, like, subscribe, help me out. Thank you.